Robert Sessa, Bryan College Station Eagle, and Natisha. You've played anybody? Of Kenny Carter remind you of anybody who you guys have played, and how do you kind of contain her?
I think she's pretty unique. She's a great player. She's like very explosive, but I don't think we played anybody quite like her. And the game plan going in is just to try to contain her as much as we can.
Right here in the center, and then we'll go to Christy.
This one's for Blockton. Going into tomorrow, you guys are going to be playing in front of A&M's home crowd. How do you guys plan to weather the storm early and take the crowd out of the game?
I think we just like to bring our own energy. So obviously we're playing at Texas A&M, but that doesn't, really down our energy. We like to bring our own energy. So whether we're playing in a sold-out crowd, nobody, we like to focus on our own energy and the energy that we bring. So we're just going to come in, hype, and creating our own energy.
Christy.
Christy Reekin from the AP. Selena, after maybe y'all didn't play as well as you would like yesterday, do you feel, is there an additional hunger going into this game, or what's the feeling?
Yeah, definitely. We know that we started off really slow. In the first half that we played, it was probably the worst half we've ever played. So we know we just got to get our tempo back up.
More for student athletes. Cease.
Follow up to that, Natasha. When you look back, you've had 24 hours. Any particular reason why you guys struggled from the field? Because you played a lot of great teams, and that hadn't happened. Really, looking at your stats.
I think it was just an off night for the team. The shots weren't falling, but we just got to stay confident, and hopefully, well, we know that's not going to happen 2 games in a row, so we should be good. We got a lot of shots up today, and we felt great out there as a team, not just individually. Everybody was shooting the ball well.
Christy.
Alizea, after y'all were able to do what you did yesterday, do you kind of forget about that game and put it to the side, or do you use it, to build off of going into this game?
Well, this morning at film session, we looked at the stuff that we did well just to get us motivated for the next game. And I think it's a little motivation that we didn't play our best game and we were able to come out with the win still. So, I mean, we just looked at passes when we were playing with tempo, and we showed, it was a night and day team out there. So in the second half, we started to pick it up a lot. So I think we used it as a little bit of motivation and to get our confidence back going into the next game.
Right here in the center.
This one's for Selena. Obviously, no 6'9" players tomorrow, but A&M does have some size all around. How do you guys plan to counter against that and take what you did against Rice yesterday and bring it back tomorrow?
Yeah, with Lauren and Altia stepping up, there should definitely be a big bodies for us to hold the big girls down.
Christy.
Natisha, when you're playing against another really great guard like Kennedy, do you get up for those kind of matchups to kind of show what you can do, or is it just another game?
I think it's just another game. I think that our focus as a whole team is we know that we have to step our game up not only offensively but defensively. We have to work really hard to shut her down because she's an elite athlete.
Right here in the center. We'll go to the center, then we'll come back to Cease.
This one's for you, Alizea. How do you guys plan to utilize that fast pace you guys have been using all season to tire out A&M?
We're a really fast team, and we like to play fast. So, it's not going to be anything changed for us. We want to get out in tempo. We want to push the ball. So, I mean, this just falls right into our game plan, and we're going to utilize our speed like we done all year. That's pretty much how we play at Marquette.
Natasha, I've read a lot about seniors, veteran team. What do you feel is going to be different to get you over the hump to get you to that Sweet 16, which Marquette hadn't done?
I think even yesterday it was just our composure. There's been games where we've been really close and we haven't been able to finish it out, but just yesterday shows that our maturity, that we were able to finish it out, even being down by 9 with 3 minutes left. And I think that moving forward, I think maturity is probably the biggest thing, and we listen to each other and talk to each other on the floor and making in-game adjustments.
Christy.
Natisha, your coach was telling us about how yesterday in the huddle you were telling the girls we're not going to lose, it's not even an option. How does this team get that strong mindset, and how were y'all able to stay so positive in such a tough situation?
I think with most of the majority of the team being seniors, it's just we don't want it to be our last college game, and we know that we have the potential to make it to the Sweet 16, and that's been our goal since we got here. So we want to be the first team in program history to do that, and we're really striving for that goal.
This is for any of you guys. You guys had a program record or you reached a program record of 27 wins yesterday. How does that feel, and for everything that you've accomplished so far in turning this program around and making everything here so special?
I think it's just a big testament to our hard work and the faith that we put in each other, the faith that our coaches put into us. And, you know, just to get to something that special is amazing. And, I mean, we can use that momentum, too, going into the game. But I think it's just a special feat that we have and just showing how much better we've gotten each year that we've been here.
We want more. 28, 29.
Yeah. 30. We try to get 30 win.
More for student athletes? Arlene, thank you.
Well, it's great to be back here practicing for another game and with a chance to make it to Sweet 16. You heard our student athletes up here just right before me and how much they have this goal of getting there and leaving the jersey in a better place. So I think our team is extremely focused. I think we're really excited to play Texas A&M on their home floor in front of their home fans. And I think you'll see a very different team tomorrow than you did last night.
Right here, Coach Cease.
Robert Sessa, Bryan College Station Eagle. With that in mind, Coach, did you schedule this, make this tough schedule knowing they'd be seniors, knowing this would be your time, or do you guys always play that kind of schedule?
We always like to play a hard schedule. You know, to be the best, you have to beat the best, and that's always been my scheduling philosophy. But specifically, definitely this year, we wanted to challenge ourselves as much as we could for this moment right here to prepare our team mentally, physically, and in any way we possibly can. So I think our team has been in this situation before. We've played in hostile environments. We've played SEC teams. We've played ACC teams. And I think we're ready. And I think they go back to their training and they go back to the moments where they've had success against some of these teams. And they also have a chip on their shoulder because we've been so close in some of those ball games and we quite haven't made that hump and got one of those big time wins this year. In years past we have, but this year we're hungry for one.
Coach Mike Lucas, KXTV. When you look at the tape, does A&M remind you of any team you've played in particular, or is there any one thing they do that kind of stands out to you?
That's a great question. I think Natisha had a great statement. They're very unique. You know, Carter is probably one of the best guards with the basketball I've ever seen in my entire life. So for us, just to try to stop her is going to be a battle. And I think our team is excited for that challenge. I think they're, you know, going to be really pumped up for the matchup. And I think you'll see a team that is really focused on the defensive end. And I think anytime we can scheme defensively, our team seems to like that, and they seem to be locked in. In the Big East, we have so many teams that run a 5-out motion, and where they have 5 people that can shoot threes at any given time, so we don't get the scheme as much as we get to tonight, or I should say tomorrow. So I think our team is going to be really ready for that battle.
Christy Reekin from the AP. A lot has been made about how maybe you guys didn't play your best game yesterday. However, on the flip side, you held a team that was on the verge of closing out a game scoreless for like 7 straight minutes. So is that something you can build on, the defense that you played in that stretch?
Absolutely. And I said this last night. I don't think in years past that we would have won that ball game only scoring 58 points. I'm really proud of our defense this year, and it's something we've been working on since the moment that we lost last year to Louisville. Is we really knew we needed to fix that end of the basketball floor, and so our team has really bought into that from the day one of practice, and it showed up in the biggest moment that we needed it. And you know, Rice is a great team. They're really disciplined on both ends, so I was really pleased with our defensive intensity, our communication, and how we held them. You know, to what we did in that stretch. I mean, that was huge. We don't win that game if we don't lock in defensively.
There on the left, Cease.
Coach, how do you combat their size? They have 2 players inside. They're pretty physical in Jones and Johnson.
Well, we got to keep them off the boards. They both have about 105 offensive rebounds on the year, so we got to be big and we got to be physical. That's our number one thing to the game plan is they got to be one and done. We got to keep them off the boards and we have to keep them off the free throw line.
You just talked about Carter, but obviously Natisha is a very, very great guard for you, and Blair raved about her. Would you be able to just tell us like what makes her special in your eyes?
Yeah. Well, she's fearless. You know, she is. She's so athletic in a way that is pretty deceptive. She can get her shot off very quickly. She can miss 5 and believe that the next 10 are going in, and I love that about her. what I really have been impressed with this year is that she has developed her game more than just a spot-up shooter. She's attacking the hoop. She's finding people off the bounce. And we really challenged her this offseason to kind of grow her game, take better shots. She's always been an elite shooter. It's just, I think in years past, her shot selection was what made her percentages down. And I think this year she's trusted her teammates a little bit more, trusted her offense, and I think it's really helped her out. And you've seen her whole game go to a different level.
How about the luxury of having 2 Big East players of the year? I mean, is that like having? I mean, it's kind of unusual for any team.
Makes our jobs a lot easier, doesn't it? Honestly, though, our team has worked extremely hard, and I think that's one thing we really pride ourselves on Marquette is player development. We really get it in the gym and we get after it, and I think my staff does a phenomenal job with individual training and knowing our weaknesses and knowing our strengths and getting everybody better. So when Alizea went down this year with the injury, Natisha really stepped up in a big way. And so when you have 2 people that are capable of that, and honestly probably 2 or 3 more in that senior class, I think it just speaks for the diversity of our team and how versatile we are. But I think that's been accruing since their freshman year and how we train and how much work and hard work they put in.
You touched on this a bit earlier, but with a senior team and like you've been with these girls or women for so long, what would it mean to you personally to get to the Sweet 16, to add on to your win total, to just do things that this team has never done?
I want it so bad for them because they want it. You know, this is something we've been talking about now for 4 years. And for me, this group has trusted in us, and they've stayed loyal. And they came to Marquette with just a vision. We told them 4 years ago we were going to be a top 10 team. With nothing to show but out of paper and me selling a goal and saying what our plan was, and they bought in, and they've let us coach them, and it hasn't always been easy, and you know, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but this group has stayed together. They've stayed committed to Marquette, they've stayed committed to me, and I think it says a lot about who they are as people. And I can't say enough how much I would love to see them get their goal. But at the end of the day, we got to earn it, and it's not going to be easy. And Texas A&M is not going to give it to us. But that'll be a great lesson in life. If you want something, you got to go with it with everything you have and lay it all on the floor. And that's the plan for tomorrow.
Go for Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.